Hey Lawn Care Nation, so in this video we're going to be taking a look at this Milwaukee Carry power supply. This unit essentially gives you access to 120 volt AC power at 1800 watts running and 3600 watts peak, utilizing the Milwaukee batteries that you already may have in your tool collection. So let's get into it. So essentially this is like a gas generator in a sense that it gives you access to that 120 volt AC power where there may not be that available where you're working. Now, not only does this allow you to use that in outdoor applications, and for a landscaper that might mean on a property where you don't have access to electrical power or those outlets are just too far away and you have to either use a gas generator or you could use something like this utilizing your Milwaukee batteries to run large power tools like chop saws, miter saws, circular saws, you know, the list goes on and on with the amount of tools that you might have in your tool arsenal that are corded that you may not have converted over to battery operated tools. This would allow you to use those types of tools portably. Think about taking a table saw or something that you may not have a battery powered version of and being able to use your corded version out in the field if you're doing maybe building a deck or pergolas or things like that on somebody's property. Now, the other main benefit of a battery powered power supply versus a gas powered generator is that this then can also be utilized indoors in enclosed spaces. Now, for a regular contractor like a carpenter, that might mean providing power to some tools and lighting and things that he might need on, say, a new construction build that doesn't have power readily available yet. So for a landscaper, that could mean using the Milwaukee power supply in something like an enclosed landscaping trailer, where you could have things like bench grinders set up on a work table inside your trailer to be able to sharpen blades out in the field. Or how about providing power to a microwave in your trailer so that you have access to warm meals for you and your employees during those cold seasons, or having a coffee maker plugged into the unit. The possibilities are endless once you start to think about those applications where a gas generator wouldn't be a feasible unit to use indoors, where this unit you can take indoors or outdoors. Okay, so let's look at some of the specs here. This is model number 2845-20 and includes the power supply itself. It says it's the most versatile 15 amp power with less hassle. The unit features a lockable battery base, so you can put your M18 batteries on there and be able to put a padlock on there so your batteries don't disappear. It uses 4 batteries, and 4 batteries are required with push button on off and instant start. The unit has 120 volt AC 15 amp duplex with 3600 watts peak and 1800 watt running power, so longer sustained peak power. That's really going to help with those power tools, and really what differentiates this particular unit versus, say, a basic battery supply or battery power unit that you might find. This unit really is made and intended for power tools, so it's going to be able to handle those large surges that are common with electric motors, particularly with high amperage tools. So the specific specifications on this unit is the power source uses any M18 batteries. The starting watts is 3600, the running watts is 1800. So it's got 120 volt 15 amp duplex, so 2 plugs. It's got a USB-A port, 5 volt at 2.1 amps, 10.5 watts, and a USB-C power delivery port at either 5, 9, 12, 15, or 20 volts, 3 amps, 60 watts. The noise level on this unit is 66 dBs. It features pure sine wave technology, and the weight without batteries is 28 pounds. So This unit also can be used simultaneously as a standard charger at 3 amps. So when you're not using this unit to use that power supply there, you can have basically keep your batteries on there if you want to use this as a dedicated unit, and plug it into an AC outlet to charge the onboard the batteries that you have loaded on board there. So you can simultaneously use this to charge the batteries, and then when you need, then it will be able to power that as AC power. So if we look at what this is able to do, so with 4 HD 12.0 batteries, you could recharge a laptop 11.8 times. You could watch 990 minutes of television, warm up 40 meals in a microwave, use a circular saw making 1,140 cuts through 2x4s, drive 920 nails with an air compressor, and drill 115 holes. And that's using 12.0 batteries. If you were to drop down to 5.0 batteries, and again, this unit is compatible with all M18 batteries, but this is just giving you a just a comparison with just those two size batteries. So with 5.0 batteries, then it would be 5.1 charges, 385 minutes of a TV, 20 meals of a microwave, 450 cuts with a circular saw, 334 nails, and 50 holes with an auger type drill. So let's open it up and check it out. Okay, so I got it out of the box, and inside the box, besides the documentation, you're going to find the unit itself, as well as a very heavy-duty AC charge cable for it to be able to plug this unit in and charge those batteries on board. On the front of the unit, you can see at the bottom here, it's got two 120 volt AC outlets. It's got a screw here if you need to ground this particular unit. Beside those two units is the charge plug. So you'd plug the end of the extension cord here into that port there. It's just a basic standard male receptacle of a standard electrical cord here, just a bit recessed so that you can fit the cord into. And then besides that, you have your USB-A and USB-C charge ports there, just underneath the little rubber covers on the side. At the top here, you've got a on-off button there. You've got a battery indicator, so that's going to show you the charge status of the 4 batteries that you have on there. So as you're using this unit and those batteries are getting depleted, then you're going to have an indicator there showing you essentially how much power you have left to run the unit. And then you've got a little spot here that will indicate the 4 battery ports and basically just kind of a status of the batteries that you have plugged in, and if there's any issues with any one of those batteries, it's going to point out which battery port the problem is coming from. So the unit features this heavy duty cage design to protect the unit from bumps and bruises and things like that. On the top here, you can see it has the 4 ports for the batteries, so 2 on each side. It also has this adjustable handle here with a lock, so if we loosen that there, it allows you to open up the handle, and that basically covers the exit port of the batteries, and you can put a lock through here, and essentially this prevents the batteries from being removed, so that's a nice handy little feature as well. This cage design also features this little cutout here on the side, and that is to be able to take the included power cord and you can wrap that around there as well. It just gives you a handy spot to be able to keep that stored out of the way so that you're not looking for it when you need it. Just give it a couple of wraps and then you can keep the cord stored on there. On either end, it has a little metal loop here. Now this can be used for a carrying strap. You can use any of the Milwaukee straps that they have for things like hedge trimmers and stuff like that to strap it and put it over your shoulder if you don't want to carry it by hand. You could also utilize this as a way to tie down the unit to keep it from moving around in a trailer. You could rig up some sort of a strap or ratchets and things like that to be able to pull those down tight and hold the unit secure in a trailer. So that's handy to have a way besides the actual cage design as well that could be utilized for that as well. And then just some air vents to allow ventilation on the back. There's nothing on the back there that you need to look at. The other end, same thing with the metal little strap tie down. So this unit requires 4 M18 batteries. It is compatible with all M18 batteries. That means everything from 1.5 amp hour batteries all the way to the Big Daddy 12.0 red lithium forge batteries, which currently is their top of the line battery, M18 battery at the time of this particular video. Now, it's important to understand that because this unit requires 4 batteries, it is in your best interest to use obviously the largest batteries that you have and to have 4 matching batteries. Now, you don't have to have 4 matching batteries. You can mix and match batteries, for example. So I can take 4 or 3, say, for example, of these 12.0 forge batteries and put them in the unit there. And if I didn't have any other forge batteries but had a smaller, like this particular example here, a 3.0 battery, this will work and the unit will in fact turn on. As you can see from the lights lighting up there, but I am then limited to what the capacity of that smallest battery is, or if you're using 4 of the same size batteries but one of them isn't fully charged, you're limited to that lowest charged battery because essentially it does need 4 batteries to run. So if one of these batteries runs out sooner than the other batteries, and in this case it could be because this battery is just a smaller capacity, even if it's fully charged, it's going to run out faster than the 12.0 batteries. Or if I had all 4 12.0 batteries, but one of them only had a half charge, then essentially I'd only be able to use this unit as if all 4 batteries only had a half charge, because once that battery dies, that single battery dies, then the unit is going to shut off because it needs all 4 batteries to be able to run and convert that power and be able to provide those up to 3,600 watt peak watts. So to kind of illustrate that, like I said, I've got 3 of these lithium forge M18 12.0 batteries there, and then one 3.0 battery. The lithium forge batteries are fully charged. You can see that one's fully charged, that one's fully charged, that one's fully charged, but this 3.0 battery only has a half charge. And on the front of the unit here, it's showing that I've only got 2 bars lit, and that's because I only have half a charge on one of those batteries, so it's not going to be able to give me the full potential of the other 3 batteries. So if we undo that particular battery, and you're going to hear an alarm sound because the battery either died or a battery's been removed. We can go to the front of the unit here as well and see all the lights have been turned off. If I take another Forge 12.0 battery and we load that one up, and we'll see this one here is fully charged as well. So now we have 4 fully charged 12.0 batteries, and turn this unit back over and we'll just turn it on. You can see green light on all 4 batteries, showing that we've got 4 fully charged batteries, and now we've got full 4 bars on our unit there, showing that we're going to have full power. So that's essentially something that you need to take into consideration with a particular unit. On the top of the unit here, we've got some charge indicators as well. So if we have this unit plugged in with a cord and we're charging the batteries, this is going to act like your regular M18 charge status and show us the charge status. So blinking red when it's charging, solid green when that particular battery in that bank is fully charged. In terms of that adjustable handle, like I said, it's got that lock there. We can turn that lock to the side, and that allows us to extend the handle. And you can see that essentially what that does is it covers the buttons there that allow you to release the batteries. So if we have that extended, then you're not able to get to those buttons, and you wouldn't be able to essentially release the battery, because this portion of the battery here is going to hit that bar there, and it's not going to allow somebody to just walk off with those batteries with a hole there that you can put a padlock through. So one other important consideration with this Milwaukee Carry-On power supply is that even though this can be utilized as a charger as well to charge your batteries, it does not provide pass-through power. So what that means is if I have this unit plugged in with the cord, it will not allow me to charge the batteries and use the power supply or those electrical outlets on the front at the same time. Once I turn on the unit to supply power to those outlets, then it shuts off the charging. It can't do both at the same time. It's either got to be charging those batteries or using those batteries to convert that energy into AC power. It's one or the other, not both. So keep that in mind as well, that you can't do pass-through power with the unit. All right, so now that we got all of that out of the way, now comes the fun part. Let's put this thing to the test and try out a bunch of different tools and see how this unit handles them. So let's check it out. Okay, so first up is this large bench grinder. This unit is 120 volt, 60 hertz, 5 amps. I have used this unit for lots of different tasks, sharpening and grinding and things like that. So let's try that out. We've got our power supplies already on. Let's plug in our cord here into one of the outlets, and we'll give it a test and see what's going on. We'll start with the light, and there you can see the light comes on. It's getting the 120 volt power, and of course completely silent. Let's turn the grinder on itself. You can see absolutely no issues, no hesitations in running the unit, and of course the carry-on power supply is completely quiet. This unit, slow down. Don't want to be touching that while that thing's spinning. Okay, next, let me just come up behind me here and pull this old circular saw off the shelf up there. I keep all of my dad's old hand tools up there on that shelf there. It's kind of a tribute to my dad who passed away, and started my love for power tools. I was watching him work with a limited set of tools, and he could absolutely do anything with those tools. Now this circular saw here is a Rockwell, according to the label. It is a 7 1/4 inch saw, and it is 11.5 amps. So not the most powerful unit, but definitely being much older. This unit is at least 40 years old. It's not going to be very efficient. So I've got the cable kind of zip tied there, but I think I got enough there that we can plug it in to the unit there and just give it a try. So let's see. So you can see no issues with the unit starting. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't falter. That's what this carry-on power supply is really meant for tools. It's to be able to provide that 3,600 starting watts for tools like this that are going to consume a lot to get that electric motor started. All right, so let's step it up a little bit here. I've got a more modern circular saw here. This one's a Craftsman laser track, and clearly indicated on the guard here is that it's a 14 amp unit, so quite a bit more powerful than that older saw. Let me just plug it in here. And let's first turn it on and see what happens. Again, no issues with starting the saw or anything like that. I've got a 2x3 here, a scrap piece of 2x3 available here. So let's just do a quick cut on it and make sure that it doesn't have any issues under load. Turn this to the side here. And you can see no issues while under load and making a cut as well. So let's jump up to something even bigger. Okay. This was a bear to get up here on the table. So I've got this Delta Shopmaster thickness planer. This unit is 120 volts and 15 amps, single phase motor, 60 hertz. So we're gonna run that 2x3 through there and see if it turns on, if it runs, and how it does. So see if I can figure out a way to get this cord over the top there. So we'll see if a tool this large will tax that carry-on power supply. All right, let's see if it turns on. How about a shop vac? Clean up the mess. And you can see all the while still with the tests that we've done so far, still full 4 bars using those lithium forge batteries. No issue. So you can see that in terms of all of the power tools and bench tools and things like that, it's able to handle all of those with ease. So last but not least, how about we try something for more of a prolonged test of the unit, something like an air fryer, which is 1500 watts continuous that it requires and would take 15-20 minutes to do something like your standard like pizza pockets type of a thing from Frozen. So let's plug this in, turn it on, get it pre-warmed, and then put in lunch and see how that goes. Turn the unit on, so I'll just plug it in. And you can see the power comes on. Turn turn it on, and let's just do air fry and go from there. Enter the preheat, get my pizza pockets ready. So it's saying to add food. Our pizza pockets are frozen, so we'll put those in. Let those go. It says for an air fryer, about 8 minutes aside. So let's check it out. Okay, so after about 1 minute of the air fryer running at that 1500 watts continuous, we've heard a fan kick in on the Milwaukee Carry-on power supply. So obviously it's working to be able to provide that much power to the air fryer. So we'll check in. We can also see that with the battery bars, after all of the other tests, and the fan just kicked off right now, that the battery just kind of blinked one down, and then once the fan turned off, it went back up to full power. So we're probably teetering on 3 bars or so. We'll see how it goes as the air fryer continues. All right, it's been 6 minutes. You can hear the fan has been kicking on and off. I'm just going to open it up and check the pizza pockets there, just because I'm running this at 400 Fahrenheit and the instructions said to do it at 360 for 8 minutes, and it's been 6 minutes at 400. I just want to make sure I'm not burning them, and no, they look pretty good so far, not burning, so we'll keep it going. All right, so it's been 8 minutes, time to flip. And they're coming along nicely, starting to get golden brown. Flip that over and pop them in for another 8 minutes. So this is a really ideal test because anything that generates heat, like an oven, air fryer, space heaters, things like that, are going to be using the most amount of current. They're going to be at the upper level, the higher range of things that you can test. Something like a battery power supply, they're also going to drain battery power supplies much faster than anything else that you would be able to test in terms of tools would go. So it's actually a really good test, and it shows how kind of neat this would be to have inside of an enclosed trailer, to be able to have that versatility, to be able to do things like sharpen blades and stuff like that while you're out in the field, but also warm up your lunch. So it has been, according to my Apple Watch, 16 minutes. So let's pull this out. I was risking burning my food here, running at 400 watts versus the 360 that the instructions say to warm up the pizza pockets at from frozen for the 8 minutes aside. I did 400 watts, 8 minutes aside, because I really wanted to max out, you know, in terms of the air fryer, how hot it can get for a longer period of time. I actually got some warnings on the screen there that kept telling me burn food, basically preemptively getting me to check on the food. So luckily I didn't burn the pizza pockets, but they're getting pretty plump and crispy. You can see there, and I got one of them starting to burst open there. So that worked fantastically. And really neat to be able to do something like this, or utilize something like this inside your enclosed lawn care trailer, and be able to provide hot lunches. You can see here we've dropped down to half the battery, so 2 battery bars got used up. That's including all of the testing that we did prior to using the air fryer. But again, the air fryer, things that generate heat, heaters, space heaters, air fryers, anything that generates heat is going to use a lot more current. It's going to go through those batteries way faster than any sort of regular power tool is going to be able to. So that's why this really is a fantastic test to kind of show what you can do with a battery unit like this. Ooh. hot. Okay, now that lunch is over, let's move on here. So you can see that this unit is easily capable of handling something like an air fryer, a high current type of a device that's really going to be taxing those batteries, but still no issues, didn't turn off, didn't trip it, or anything like that. So next, let's plug the unit in with the included cord. And now that we're down to the 2 batteries, we'll plug it in and see what it looks like when you start to charge the battery. So we're going to take the female end of the cord there and plug that in there. And then I'll just run the cord to my power bar on the front here. And you can see from the top here, fan just kicked on. We've got the 4 lights on top now lit up, showing red. Each of the batteries is lit up, showing the current state of charge on each of those batteries. And it's as easy as that. Now, unfortunately, as I mentioned before, this unit does not allow pass-through power. That is, if the unit is charging the batteries, then the electrical plugs there are not enabled. So if I try to plug something in there, you'll see here, and all the lights here are turned off. We get no power. If I try to turn it on, the unit will not turn on if the unit is plugged in and charging batteries. If we unplug it, then we're able to turn it on. It's going to come on and provide power. If we plug it back in to charge, just keep your eye on the lights there. Then the unit automatically turns off the inverter portion of it that provides the 120 volt AC current. All those battery charge lights turn on, and it starts to go into charger only mode. So there you have it, Lawn Care Nation, the Milwaukee Carry-On power supply. Tons of endless possibilities on how you could utilize this in a lawn care or landscaping business. Like I said, with some examples out in the field using corded tools that you might have in situations where there's no power availability, or inside an enclosed trailer to run some of those tools, or even things like air fryers or microwaves and stuff like that. Definitely not something that everybody would need to utilize, but awesome that it's available, especially to be able to utilize your Milwaukee batteries, your M18 batteries that you may already have. So that's a really awesome feature as well, even through the off season when you may not be utilizing those batteries as often, but may encounter things like storms where there's power outages and things like that, to be able to take those Milwaukee batteries that you already have, put it in the carry-on power supply, and have some emergency backup power if you need it. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this Milwaukee carry-on power supply, and if it's something that you think you would see utilizing in your lawn care or landscaping business. So that's it for this one, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.